What's good, everybody? Real Squad with the real reviews. We back, baby. We back. And we're back with my favorite show that's going on right now. Yes, I said it. This is my most anticipated show every week, Peacemaker. Yes. Yes, we are here, and I am loving it. Peacemaker Episode 4. So my last review, I did episodes 1 through 3, but I just really reviewed it. I didn't break it down. We're breaking shit down now because this is just so good, man. I'm having such a fun time with this. Just a quick recap. The last 3 episodes basically were getting together Peacemaker's new team, and Amanda Waller has them fighting against the Butterflies. And the Butterflies are aliens that are butterflies. It's slightly bigger, probably about this big. And they go inside of humans and take over their body. And they're doing the take over all the politicians and people that run the earth type of thing right now. And so they're going around killing these people that are butterflies. And they're butterflies, you got to kill them. So that's basically the story we have. And the last time we left off in episode 3, they killed a butterfly that was pretty high up in rank, and what you thought was supposed to be dead. But Peacemaker ends up taking it home in a jar. We'll get to that later. You heard me right. He takes one of the butterfly aliens home in a jar. But yeah, so we pick up right after that scene, and during that whole situation, his partner Vigilante was being tortured by this specific butterfly and was getting his toe like almost cut off or whatever. So it picks up right after the situation, and they're in the car. Vigilante is holding his leg or whatever and still kind of complaining about it. So I thought that was really funny how they pretty much kept it going from right there. And he's making a joke about if you don't have your pinky toe, it's impossible for you to stand up, and you're gonna keep falling over. And like the banter between the whole team going back and forth on like how that's stupid, it doesn't make sense. It's hella funny. But Peacemaker ends up going back to his dad's house or whatever, and once he gets there, he finds out that his dad is in jail, basically, or whatever. But while he's there, he takes all the helmets that his dad made. It's like probably about six or 7 of them. I'm not sure what all of them did. I know one was like X-ray, one was the sonic boom, one gave you scabies. I don't know, it was ridiculous, bro. Pops was wilding. But it was clean because as he's in there getting all these helmets, he turns to the side and you see his dad's white dragon costume. It's pretty dope. And I'm wondering if they're going to use it, or is somebody going to don that costume and have a fight with Peacemaker. It's interesting, though. It looks really scary. But he finds out that his dad is in the hospital. He finds out his dad is in jail and figures out that it was his team that put him there. And that pretty much kind of sends him over the edge. Like, damn, like, to get the police off my back, y'all framed my dad so my dad can go to jail instead of me. And so Detective Mern, the guy that's working with the pretty much the leader of the group, is pissed off right now. Like, he is so annoyed that every time they get somewhat of progress, something pulls them back, and it's something ridiculous. Like, Mern was already upset that Johnny Economist, the computer guy, instead of just picking some random person fingerprints, pick Peacemaker's dad to go to jail. Like, that's too close, bro. Like, why would you pick him? So Peacemaker's pissed off, so he goes to visit his dad. Mern doesn't want Peacemaker to go, and so he sends Leota to stop him. Like, hey, try to convince him, like, don't see his dad. His dad is like a really bad influence or whatever, because we all know how racist and crazy his dad is. And so Peacemaker is with Vigilante on the way to the prison or whatever. And it's funny because like I said, when it comes to bad guys, Vigilante and Peacemaker both don't care about what type of bad you've done. You're dying. Simple as that. Like, they don't care. They killing you. And so it's a point in the car where Vigilante is like, yeah, your dad is like a super racist, so like we gonna kill him, right? He's like, nah, man, it's my dad. Yeah, like, I love my dad or whatever. And he was like, yeah, but your dad is like a bad guy. And so it's so funny because you can see that John Cena still has like, he has feelings for his dad. So John Cena, Peacemaker has feelings for his dad. So he makes fun of Vigilante, whose name is Adrian Chase. And he's like, well, your dad left and pretended that he was gay just so he can get away from you. And even I don't know if that's true, but for some reason it rang true with Adrian, and like he just shut it up. It was so funny, bro. I'm like, oh my god. And that joke comes back around later on when Adrian like says it himself. He's like, yeah, because my dad ended up leaving me pretending to be gay because he didn't want to be around me. That, bro, it's too funny. But they get to the prison. Leota pulls up at the same time they pull up. And she's like, look, man, your dad is like a bad dude. You're a good dude. Like, your dad is genuinely bad. You don't need to be like dealing with him or whatever. He was like, well, it's still family regardless. And this was where a big part of the episode comes in. She says, I saw in your report what your dad did to you. That's not cool, man. Like, that's not cool. And it stops Peacemaker in his tracks as he's walking into the station. He turns around, was like, "What'd you say?" She was like, "I saw your file." And he walked up he walked up to her so fast, like, "What did it say? What did it say?" She was like, "You know what? Just forget it." And he ends up walking away and goes inside the prison. And this is where you get your another big piece of the I feel like the whole series as a whole in dealing with Peacemaker as a character. When he sees his dad in jail, you know, he tells his dad, like, look, my people put you in here. I'm gonna get you out. Don't trip. Like, they just, you feel me? He was like, so the dad is saying, so like, they switched my fingerprints. All I gotta say is check the fingerprints and I'm out of here. He is like, and Peacemaker's like, well, yeah, but don't, because I'm working on something that's bigger than the both of us. It's like, he didn't tell him it was aliens. He said illegal aliens, but he put emphasis on it. So it's like, Pops, like, let me handle my business. Then when it's all said and done, we got you. I'm gonna get you out of here. And for some reason, Pops just started going hard on him. Like, dude, I should have killed you when you came out of your mom. I should have slit your throat. I hate you. I always loved your brother more. Why didn't you die instead of your brother? Just the worst things you can say to your kid. And this part is so sad to me because after all he said, Peacemaker says, well, maybe I'm a grower, not a shower.
Dad, maybe I'm a grower, not a shower.
What?
An individual you don't like, and then you learn to like.
You're comparing yourself to a chode.
Not in a bad way.
It's played for laughs a little bit because it's referencing a dick, but Peacemaker wants to be accepted so bad. He's like, well, maybe you just don't love me right now. Maybe you have to learn and grow to love me. You know what I'm saying? And Dad is like, bro, you just compared yourself to a dick. Like, get the fuck out of my face. And like, it's really sad. And this is where you get your scene of Peacemaker is like, he leaves or whatever. But right before he leaves, Leota is outside talking to Vigilante, and she insinuates like, yeah, Peacemaker would be better off if his father was dead. And Vigilante loves Peacemaker, and he's very gullible. And he says, like, he does this little look like, I'll be right back. And gets himself thrown into jail. And by like throwing a trash can into like the prison window or whatever, and the police are just immediately arrest him. And as Peacemaker's coming out, he's like, "Where's Vigilante?" And she's like, "Oh, I don't know. He just went off or whatever." And so it pretty much picks up with Vigilante going into the prison. I thought this was a cool scene. Like I said, the dad is super racist, so he's always around racist people. Vigilante goes in there and pretty much walks up to the table he's sitting at and sits down and is like, hey guys, how about we all go around in a circle and say we're all thankful about black people forgiving America. Bruh, it was so funny and crazy and like nerve-wracking, you know what I'm saying? And obviously the guys get hecka mad. Man, Vigilante beat the shit out of these dudes. Like, you kind of know Vigilante can fight, but only times you saw him fight was against Judo Master, and Judo Master is a Judo Master, so he's really raw. He's saucy. So anybody that's like average Joe, regular like bodyguard type shit, Vigilante and Peacemaker is whooping that ass, and Vigilante destroyed these guys, but right before you feel me, they take him and put him in like isolation. Vigilante said something he shouldn't have said. He was like, "You're a bad dad," right to Peacemaker's dad. He didn't get to fight Peacemaker's dad. He was almost about to, but the police came in, and then as soon as he said that, Peacemaker's dad is like, "Hey, I got information on the case. Somebody they're trying to kill me. Hurry up so I can tell you information on the case." I'm like, "Oh my god!" And like you can see, it kind of breaks Vigilante's heart. Like, damn, bro, I fucked up or whatever. And Detective Mern and Harcourt and Johnny Economist all work together. Well, not work together, but they pretty much get Vigilante out of jail by hacking the system, or whatever. And so he ends up getting out, and he gets picked up by Leota, and he tells Leota like, "Yeah, I think I might have made things a little bit worse." So things start to get a little bit more interesting. We jump to so in the last episode, episode 3, they captured Judo Master. They didn't kill him, they captured him. And they keeping him in the headquarters. And they showed that he wakes up. And when he wakes up, he starts to slowly get out of his strengths by using his little judo techniques and moves. And he ends up getting out and beats the shit out of John Economist, bro. It's so funny because John Economist was going extra hard last episode, talking about like how he whooped his ass because he ended up hitting him with a car, knocking him out, whatever. He didn't really necessarily fight him. But Judo Master did not forget that. And at the same time, you got Peacemaker and them and Leota walking in or whatever. Like, what's going on? What happened? And they see John on the ground, like wheezing and stuff. And they give him his inhaler. He points to the window like Judo Master ran out the window or whatever. And so this was a pretty cool scene. You get Peacemaker running down the hallway. He does his like superhero landing out the window, and he starts to fight Judo Master in the parking lot, and he's like, "Rematch, motherfucker." And it's funny because at first, the first time they fought, it was dark. You feel me? Judo Master like jumped them and surprised them. Nah, this time it's the daytime. It's only 1-on-1, and it's an open space. Peacemaker is dogging him. He's so much bigger than Judo Master, so each hit that he hits Judo Master with is just destroying him. But at the same time, Judo Master is putting hands on Peacemaker too. But right before Peacemaker is going to give like the knockout blow, Leota shoots Judo Master. But only reason she does it though, I feel like, is because right before John Cena is about to knock out Judo Master is like, "Look, the butterflies aren't what you think. They are here to bow." So Leota shoots him right before he says what the butterflies are really doing or whatever. And Peacemaker's like, "Bro, what happened? I was winning that fight. Why would you do that?" And she's like, I'm sorry. I just, you know what I'm saying? He was like, "Sorry, thank you for helping, but he was going to say something about the butterflies." And she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry," or whatever. And so at that point, I'm thinking, because we all know that Leota is Amanda Waller's daughter. That's a big deal. And we all know Amanda Waller is super ruthless herself. But we haven't been getting that vibe with Leota. And throughout the show, she's been making these small mistakes, like not wanting to kill nobody because she never killed anybody before, and not wanting to go through with such things or certain things. And Harcourt is telling her like, "Look, if you're on this team, you gotta step it up. Like, nobody like hate you or dislike you, but we all here to work together. You gotta pull your weight." And so that's what ultimately led her to send Vigilante after Peacemaker's dad to kill him and shoot Judo Master. And so you can see that it's kind of messing her up inside, you know what I'm saying? And Harcourt is like, when you kill somebody, of course it's gonna hurt. Of course it's supposed to. And unless you're like Amanda Waller and you just don't care about humans. And so it's that too, like people saying stuff about her mom, not knowing that's her mom. And so I'm interested to see where they're going to go with it or whatever, and what direction Leota is going to go. Is she going to end up being like her mom or vice versa? So after the fight, it basically ends and it's showing you, Peacemaker goes back home, and after all that, he's like kind of traumatized or whatever throughout the day and dealing with his dad and hearing what his dad had to say and hearing everybody say how bad his dad is and how his dad treated him. And right before he goes home, Hardcore tells him what was in his file. Like, your dad made you kill people, forced you to kill people, and you were involved with your brother's death. And that just, like, you could see it inside Peacemaker. Like, it's trauma that ain't never got talked about or healed. And he walks off and goes home. And they do a montage of him drinking and smoking and having flashbacks to him when he's younger. And it shows him as a kid, his dad is forcing him to kill somebody that's strapped to a chair. And it's like, starts slicing them up. And then you have another flashback where they don't show Peacemaker, but they show his little brother, or his brother, older brother, little brother. And it's like other kids surrounding them, and his brother falls to the ground all bloodied up and like starts foaming at the mouth. So I'm assuming he either was fighting Peacemaker, they had like a little fight or whatever, and he accidentally killed his brother. And that's where a lot of other trauma is coming from. And during this whole montage scene, he's drinking and smoking, and you see that he still has his butterfly that he took from the last episode. He didn't kill it. He has it in a jar. And Eagly's there too. He blows smoke inside the jar to get the butterfly high. I love that part. And it's just crazy because, like, I don't know where it's going to go as far as with the butterfly. Like, he's befriending this alien butterfly. You hear that judo master saying that they're not what you think they are. So I'm wondering if this butterfly is a good guy. Is it gonna get into a body and end up talking to Peacemaker or something like that, or is it gonna be able to communicate? What are they gonna do with this? It's definitely, I would say, a Justice League level threat because the butterflies are spread all over the world. I'm assuming there's other teams handling it. But yeah, it's still like a really fun ride. This was just one of the more serious toned episodes, but still filled with all the humor, which was crazy. Like, it was so funny and interesting, but it still got me emotional. Like, it's crazy. And like I said, man, every character is likable and lovable. And the last scene they show is Detective Mern in his house, pretty much telling, because the Yoda finds out some clues. Like, she thinks she knows where the butterfly base is at. And he's like, all right, well, yeah, just keep looking into it. And he hangs up the phone. He picks up a bowl with the goo and sticks the little butterfly tongue out and starts drinking. So this whole time, or maybe not, but Mern is a butterfly. Last episode, they went to save Peacemaker and Vigilante from being captured by the butterflies. And there was a part where Mern was separated from the team. And like, he shows back up, he's like, oh no, I'm good. And I'm thinking that's maybe when he got compromised. I don't think he was a butterfly the whole time. We're going to have to wait and see to find out what happened. But hey, man, we're 4 episodes in. I'm loving it. What do y'all think, man? Like, I legit love this. I don't know where they're going to go with it. And each episode is getting more exciting, dude. So comment below. Let me know how you guys feel about Peacemaker. Is it a show that you're interested in, you don't care, or you love it like me? Make sure you guys hit that sub button. And we will be back later, man. It's going down. We got March coming up. It's a good year to be a YouTuber. Peace out.